The Brit's the place to be. Radio living is the life for me. Airwaves spreading out so far and wide. Keep your FM, just give me that internet side.
Online is where I'd rather stay. I've got a lot of music to play. I just adore a Yankee view. Darling, I love you, but give me a show to do.
The Chat.
The Brats.
On air.
That's fair.
You are my wife.
Goodbye, British life.
The Yankee and the Brit on air.
Yankee and the Brit, Independence Sunday. RTM Radio Network. Erica K. Fultz is joining us right now, I hope.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm early. I know. I'm early to
You
everything.
messed up everything.
I'm sorry. Send me a bill.
It's in the mail.
All right. Wait, you don't have my address.
Not that
I don't
you
need
know
it.
of.
I meant the email.
Okay.
It gets,
Or you can
it
send
gets
it,
there quicker when it's in
you
the
can
email.
shoot a paper airplane. You can shoot a paper airplane my way.
I'll put it in a spitwad.
Oh, great. Nick is in the chat room, says hello, and he's put that little face in there. You know, the one that makes him look like he needs a big poo.
Hi, Nickers.
He needs a big poo, all right.
We was just about to play one of your songs, and you beat us to it.
Sorry. I didn't know y'all were going to put me on so early, or I would have waited.
You couldn't wait any longer. It was killing you.
No, I couldn't, actually.
I know
No, I
you couldn't. I've never seen anybody so excited. That's cool. I love it.
And all of my, I've shared it like crazy. So, and I sent the link in text, in a like multi-text. So hopefully some of those people got it and they'll be tuning in, trying to, hey, y'all have been amazing for me, and I just want to return the favor and support you guys as well. And
Cool.
you'll have no idea how thankful I am for you
That's
guys.
awesome.
So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
That's what we try to do.
No problem.
We aims to please. It's not an easy job, really.
Well, me too. Me too.
Well, you're doing a hell of a job. And you sound
thank
great,
you.
too. Tell us about yourself.
Oh.
Where are you first?
I am in Shreveport, Louisiana. I actually live in Greenwood, which is, I say Shreveport because I'm like 2 miles from Shreveport, but Greenwood is actually, I'm literally like 10 minutes from the Texas border.
I was going to say, you ain't far from the Lone Star.
No, I'm not. Not at all. It's a hop, skip, and a jump.
So when did it all get started for you?
Well, I was actually probably about 2 years old when I started singing, and I started singing in churches and around family functions and things like that. I grew up in the different Opries around Texas, doing those from, like a wee little kid. And then when I was about 14, my family and I were on vacation in Galveston, Texas, and I was staying in a condo right down from this little girl who was blonde hair and could sing like an angel, and didn't know it at the time, but it ended up being Leanne Rhymes.
Who?
Leanne
and
Rhymes.
Oh, okay.
yes. So we were hanging out that whole week, and she was like, "Do you know who? No, I don't know who you are." This was right before Blue came out, and so we started hanging out, and we started singing together, just around the condo and around the beach and whatever. And she went to her dad, and she was like, "Dad, this girl's amazing." She was just getting ready to go on her first tour. So they were like, "Well, why don't you, hey, what do you want to sing backup?" And so that was 2 years of my life. I did backup for Leanne Rhymes for 2 years.
Wow, she was like 13 then.
Yeah. Yeah, we are a year and 18 days apart.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've done American Idol. I've done National Star. I've done have a whole little repertoire that I've done. So it's I have a really good musical resume, so to speak.
How did you make out on American Idol?
Top 40, and Nashville Star was about the same. Nashville Star, I could have gone further, but I actually bowed out of that one because when I started to get involved with it, I actually realized I was pregnant with my son.
Oh.
And so and then that's when I kind of took my break. So
does anybody else in your family sing or make music or anything?
not a one.
So this is just something.
Not a one.
This is just something you always like to do, sing, or you fell into it, or is it because of Leanne?
I actually, like I said, I've been singing since I was like 2 years old, and it was a gift that, like they say, some people are just born with certain gifts, and singing was one of mine. Nobody else in my family is musically inclined. I am kind of like the only one, so I like to think of it as a God-given gift, and if you don't use it, you lose it type thing.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of, music has always been kind of a part of me. It's always been inside of me, even when I was really little. So it's just kind of something that I wanted to do, and my mom was kind of behind me 100% growing up. I ended up doing homeschool so I could pursue my dream. And so it's just kind of one of those things that wasn't really planned for. It wasn't really anything I've got to do this. It was just kind of something that, hey, I love doing this, and I want to make people happy, and people seemed to be happy when I was singing for them when I was like 4, 5, 6 years old. I got a lot of response when I was at the Opry's in Texas. So I just figured that, hey, let's give it a whirl and see where it goes. It's always been a hobby of mine, and I love to sing professionally as a hobby. It's just something that I love to do.
Can you play any musical instruments?
I actually could play the acoustic guitar, and then I stopped for so long that I forgot how, but I have a guitar, and I am trying to get remotivated to play it again. It's just so hard with everything going on right now. But yes, I can play guitar.
Well, are you out and about playing in the juke joints, or you're not out yet? Or?
No, not yet. Not yet.
What's the holdup? With a voice
I
like
need
that,
a band.
You should be able to find a band with a voice
You
like
are
that.
too kind. You are too kind.
No, seriously. You sound great. You should have a band. I can't imagine you having a hard time putting one together.
Thank you. Well, I actually just got back into everything. Back in May, one of my friends was like, hey, you need to want to meet me at this restaurant that does karaoke. And I said, yeah, okay, sure. So I went, and that's kind of how I got my start again. I started going to karaoke regularly and got a big response there. The song that actually got me noticed with Achota and Miss Donna was my version of Tin Man. It was a video from one of my karaoke sessions, and I joined the group of their page and just happened to submit that. And that is what led to this whirlwind of amazingness that I'm on right now. So I am in the process of getting a band together. I have a bass player / drummer that's interested. I have a couple of promoters that are trying to get a hold of me, but I don't like to jump into anything right away because I want to make sure that it's fair and legit and all that good stuff. I'm very cautious, and I have my husband to thank for that. And so everything is taking off so fast that I'm trying to keep myself from jumping into anything on a whim, so to speak.
Do you work?
Actually, I don't.
Your husband does, though.
Yes.
Well,
He,
the point to the question was you do have
amazing.
some support behind you, so you can keep moving forward.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yes, I have huge support. I have huge support. He is actually probably one of my biggest fans. He's amazing. He actually bought me a karaoke machine for our anniversary present.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even buy
so-
one for Donna.
Oh, yes, you would. Well, you would if you weren't so tight.
I squeak when I
He
walk.
squeaks.
Thank you.
Yeah, he literally squeaks.
I'll drive 50 miles to save a penny on my gas.
And thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
He was joking when he said that.
It's a terrible way to live,
He was
believe
joking.
me.
He was talking about his dad, actually, because his dad will do that. So.
I know.
Oh, I so will too. We have gas stations like a mile or maybe a mile and a half up the street. I will drive to Walmart that's like 5 miles just to save like 20 cents because their gas out here is like $2.70 or whatever,
Wow.
and Walmart's like $2.50. So
That's crazy.
I will I've started to learn not to because my husband is like, you realize you only save so much, and so I'm finally starting to realize that and taking his logic. But
well,
for a while there,
unless
I
your
was,
car's getting
yeah.
30 miles to the gallon, you are not saving any money.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
No.
Well, my dad was born at the end of the Depression era, so everything was all about saving a penny, and he still lives that way, and it drives me crazy.
Sometimes though, you benefit from that. Sometimes, especially
Well, yeah,
in these
to
day and ages.
Sure, a
it's
little
beneficial.
bit, but you can't live your life like that.
No, not really. Not, and again, not in these day and ages. It's because you try to, but everything is so expensive these days. You kind of, you don't save anything, which kind of sucks. But hey, is what it is.
So life could change for you pretty fast. Have you got any advice for your future self for if you get all rich and famous?
Well, I've been around music all my life, and I've seen I've seen the good and I've seen the bad. The one thing that if I have to look back and tell myself something, it would be to stay humble, because it didn't come. It may have come in a flash, but it can also be gone in a flash. And you need to make the best of every day and the best of every situation. To be cautious, but you don't need to forget where you came from, because the people that were there when you were at your lowest and when you were nobody are going to be the same people that were there when you're rich and famous, so to speak. But once you come down off of that platform, they're the ones that are still going to be there when you're back to a regular Joe. And you don't need to forget that. You don't need to forget your roots.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yes. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your hopes and dreams?
Oh gosh. I am so thankful for the opportunities that I've had presented to me in the last 3 weeks. I am in a place where I've never been in my life. I mean, yes, I've been on the road with Leanne. I've done this, I've done that. But as far as on my own, I'm the furthest I've ever been. And I'm grateful for that. In 5 years, I just want to be, I still want to be making music. If it be, with a Chota or a major label or for back at my karaoke people, I just still want to be making music. It doesn't matter where, and it doesn't matter the level. I just want to still be involved in music somehow, some way.
What happens if you end up with like a big label of some sort, and it might mean that you have to spend time away from home? What happens?
Are you willing to do that?
Where if you say you've got like a little boy and you've got your husband.
I will first. All my dreams have come true. My career was in retail, and it was in retail management, so I was constantly traveling and whatnot. So my son is, he was really young when I was doing that, so he's kind of used to that. But the support system I have from, my husband and my son and my mom and everybody else, they know that what it might take and what it might involve, and they are behind me 100%. So not only that, but they'll be on the road with me. They'll be right there with me.
Road trips.
They'll be right there with they'll be right there with me. So I don't like to think ahead, and I don't like to plan ahead, because over the years I've learned to be a realist, and my dreams aren't too wild. But if that were to happen, I would have them right there by my side.
Nickers in the chat room says, Erica, your voice is great.
Aw, thank you, Nickers. He's amazing. He's amazing. He's become one of my really good friends, and he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. So.
Yes,
Yes,
he's a
he
mighty
is.
good guy, yes. I've known him since I had little tiny legs.
Yeah, it's really late where he is.
Yes, it's heading on for 3 a.m, probably closer to 4, I think. I'm not sure now.
It's actually
Oh, my
10
goodness.
after. It's actually 10 after. It's 2:08.
Oh, he's not right in the head, is he? He really ain't wired up right.
Are any of us really? I mean, to be honest, are any of us really?
No,
No.
not anybody over here, anyways.
So if the husband will shut up talking for a second, do you write any songs?
I do. I actually, I have a ton of songs. Nisi and I are actually in the middle of writing a couple. We actually just finished one about a week or two ago, and there's one that we are actually going to talk about tonight after I get finished with you guys. That means a whole lot to me, and we're going to try to finish it. We wrote one, we finished one called All of You, and the one we're going to hopefully finish tonight is called Feathers, and it has a very personal meaning to me. But yeah, I have a whole notebook of bits and pieces of songs I've written, and some are finished songs, some are I love to write. I stopped writing actually a couple of years ago. I had a co-writer who was actually a really dear friend that passed away in 2014. And I kind of lost my inspiration after that because I didn't have anybody at 2 a.m. to call or write or email and say, hey, this is what I came up with. Can you help me finish? So it's taken me a little bit to kind of get back in the swing of writing. But I do love to write. And I hope one day that I can record and make my own music because I have a lot to say.
You know, Nisi, she's awake all kinds of hours. She's got a sign on her head that says open all hours.
Oh, yeah, we've talked till 4 o'clock in the morning one time.
Oh, my
Hey.
Yeah, we talked just long enough for her to get a little bit of sleep so she could get her grandson off to the bus. Yeah, so.
Oh, my days of that are gone.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that.
Lives of an insomniac. Right here. And actually, I think I still have a little bit of the road life in me. I guess that never goes away either. You're used to late hours and early mornings. And like my husband gets up for work to go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning. So,
What does he do?
I'm always up. He actually is a route manager, for a uniform company.
Oh, I wish you
Route
guys would
salesman.
say that word right. The word is root. Repeat after me, root.
Sorry, route
There
salesman.
you go.
for a
There
uniform
you go. Wasn't that difficult, was it?
We say things different here in Louisiana.
Louisiana? I haven't heard that one. That's a good one.
Louisiana, yeah. Unless you're in the New Orleans area, and then there's a ton of stuff to do, so it's not quite lousy.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
boy.
I love Louisiana. I'm just going to say I love Louisiana. Everybody, that's a nickname it got. I don't know how it got it, but I'm just repeating it. I do love my home state, born and raised here. But yeah, it's a nickname. I don't know where it came from. I just repeat it.
I guess
So.
I never heard that one. That's a good one there. Louisiana, is that what you said?
Yes. Where I'm from it is, because there's nothing to do here. You have the boat, and you have movie theaters, and that's about all you have. There's like never anything to do here.
Oh.
It's so crazy.
So what kind of music makes you want to dance around like a crazy nutcase?
Oh gosh. I love anything exotic. I love old school music. I love the old school, like 80s, like anything 70s, 80s pop. That is like my jam. I love old music. I'm an old soul, is what I've been told in the past. Old 80s pop. That makes me go crazy. That gets me going.
So you've probably worked with people that are pretty famous. If you've worked with Leanne Rimes, is there anybody that has made you feel starstruck?
Yes, my idol. Well, not idol, but my absolute favorite singer in the world, Reba McEntire. I met her when I was 18 years old at the Texas State Fair in October 16th of 1999. It poured down rain when I was actually in line to meet her. And I was like, okay, let's just go. I want to go. But then I was okay, if you go, this is like your one chance that you're going to get. And when I finally got inside to meet her, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm really here. And she signed I had her book that she had written, and I had her sign it. As she was signing it, I was talking to her and telling her everything, and I started crying. And the coolest thing that I remember from that night is I looked up at her, and she was crying right along with me. And it was just probably one of the most magical nights that I'll ever have in my life. I mean, it was an amazing night, and she is probably the only one that has ever gotten me to that point, like, oh my gosh, can't believe I'm here.
What was the what was the crying about? I mean, what brought it on? The book, or you know?
I was in front of her. I had actually, this person that I have looked up to since I was 3 years old was actually standing in front of me.
So these are happy. These are happy tears.
Yes, they were very happy tears.
I hope so. Otherwise, you'd have to hit her over the head with a book.
Well, I mean, you know.
Okay. No, they were happy. They were very happy.
Why did she start crying then? Just because you were happy?
Just because she saw that I was genuine, and how excited I was to have met her, and to hear kind of a little bit of my story. That's kind of what brought that on. It was, and actually in the pictures that I have, you can actually see her eyes are teary. So it was pretty magical, and it was an amazing night, and I will never forget that night as long as I live.
Yeah, I bet. I was just curious, I mean, I think that's pretty cool when you could connect with somebody like that, somebody that you never met, somebody you don't even know. I just was curious what brought it all about.
Amazing.
I think that's pretty slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing because she's a real person. She was amazing, and I actually got blessed to have gotten in front of her 4 other times after that. So, and every time she was just as genuine. So she's a real artist, and she's an amazing person. So
have you sung any of her songs?
Yeah. I can do her songs. I just choose not to. There's certain artists I won't touch just because I know that there's no way I could do them justice.
Yeah, but if you do them in your own style, that's the key.
Well, me and Randy was only talking the other day about it. Was in fact, it was probably yesterday, maybe, that there's certain songs that that should never be touched by another artist. No matter whether they can do it really well or whether they do it rubbish. I kind of think so too. That some songs should be left alone, and certain films as well. I'm not just talking about songs. Certain films as well should be left with the original film instead of making remakes and remakes.
Thank you. Like all the Disney films that they're trying to do live action, No, leave Disney alone. We do not need live action of Aladdin or Little Mermaid or no. We leave the classic.
Yes, I agree. I was wondering, what's your thoughts on the? Me and Randy saw on TV a couple of months ago that there's going to be a film about Queen, and now we saw the one about Queen. There's going to be one of Elton John. And there's going to be, I can't remember who the other ones are. Michael Jackson. That's who it was, Michael Jackson. What do you think about those films? Are you interested in seeing them, or do you think it's just knob cheese?
I mean, as a musician, more than likely I will see them eventually. But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. But I think there's certain things you just leave alone, because, the actors that are out there these days are amazing, and I think they're brilliant. But there's just certain films and certain subjects that you don't touch, and certain things that you just, I don't think, I've seen previews of it, and I think it's a great show. But unless you have the family involved that knows those artists 100%, I don't think you should do it, because certain films get made on the media aspect of their version of their life. So unless you have family involved or somebody that was closely tied to that particular artist, I don't think there should be anything like that out there, just because of the fact that you don't know what their life was like 100%. And that is just my personal opinion. Like I said, I think these artists are amazing, and I will more than likely see them eventually. But there's just certain things that shouldn't be touched due to the fact that, certain things need to be left in peace. And that I'm probably going to get a ton of hate mail after that, but
I'll back you up, because I think that's a bunch of crap. I don't care what their lives were like. I like the music. I could care less what they did, if they did drugs or hell, I don't even care if they rape somebody. I mean, that's not a good thing, of course, but my point is they still make good music. It's like Bill Cosby. The guy was funny as hell, and he's in prison for being a sexual loser. But that doesn't stop me from liking his comedy. That's a whole different thing from what his personal life is like.
Here's the thing. As far as that goes, I mean, it's ridiculous, the kind of things that come forward once a person has so much money. I can't imagine the things that people would try to dig up on me or make, for me, if I ever get to that point. Because it happens with, I go to Walmart every day, and I see the trash magazines of, like, for instance, when the whole Blake and Miranda thing was going down with the divorce, all the trash magazines had all this stuff. Okay, I met Miranda before she was on Nashville Star. I know what went down, and every single one of those trash magazines was BS. So it's just really sad what people will do for a buck. What people will make up just so they can sell a story. It's really, really, really sad. And I don't see how they sleep at night, to be honest.
That's about all it amounts to.
That's just my opinion.
What's your opinion on country stars today and the music generation today?
It's not country. It's not country. It's not country. It's pop under a country label is what it is. And amen to Chris Stapleton for doing what he does, because he brought back some style of real country music. Country is not country. Country cannot be country without a steel guitar and a fiddle. And yes, you can add in the little rock riffs of the electric guitar or whatever, but country music is not country music these days. Like a perfect example, George Strait, Alan Jackson, Murder on Music Row. Perfect song, perfectly describes what's going on, what happened to country music. But just like everything else, they're just trying to make a dollar. And whatever sells these days, that's what they're going to promote. And that's what I love about the independent industry that I just gotten, that I've been blessed to get involved with, is it's real country music. It's real classic, genuine country music. And that is what I love about the independent industry, is you can put that out and it will be received in a positive way.
So do you have any tricks up your sleeve for the Yankee and the Brit Christmas of Independence show?
Oh, yes, I do.
You do?
I like the way she says it.
Yes, I do.
Does that mean you're going to sing us a song then?
I can.
Well, you better.
If I get my M&M caramel out of my mouth, I can.
I meant you're going to sing us a Christmas song for the Christmas Day show. Well, you can sing now if you want.
You are more than welcome to sing a song for
I
Nichols
thought
and
you were meant now.
Charlie.
My bad. No, I have something special that I'm going to record for you guys when I go in to record my originals on the 25th. Yes, my originals will be available starting the 29th. So I can do something a cappella if you want. I can sing a couple lines of something if you want. I'm whatever. Hey, this is you guys' show.
No,
you tell me what you want. And
look, listen. This is you. This is your time to shine, baby.
So get that caramel M&M at your
see
chops
who you are and what you got going on.
So
the caramel M&M is out of my mouth.
okay, you've got 3 seconds.
This
3,
is all about you.
2, 1.
If you got leaving on your mind, tell me now, get it over. Hurt me now, get it over. If you got leaving on your mind. If there's a new love in your heart, tell me now, get it over. Hurt me now, get it over. If there's a new love in your heart. Okay.
I thought for a minute there you were unwrapping another Rolo.
It's a caramel M&M.
Oh, same thing.
Wish you'd keep up. It's an M&M. There's laws in this house about M&Ms. Let me just tell you this.
Yes, I always get the green one.
He always gets the green ones. Unless he's not looking, of course, then I scoff him down myself if he's not looking.
My husband's big on peanut M&Ms. But I saw these the other day when I was at Walmart, and I was like, ooh, I got to try those. And then I tried them, and I'm addicted to them now. So.
And that was very nice, by the way.
Yes, very nice. I was even clicking my fingers.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's actually another one of my really, really favorite Pat Klein songs. I love that song.
So what would you say is your earliest musical memory from when you had little feet and little legs?
From what I can remember, I don't really remember a lot from my early childhood, for certain reasons. But one of my early memories was singing at a family Christmas get-together, and I sang Silent Night as I was I think I was I don't know, 5 or 6, something like that. And it was kind of on spot, and I just kind of started singing out of nowhere. Everybody was hustling and bustling, and I just kind of started singing out of nowhere. And I think that would have to be my earliest memory that I can actually remember.
Apart from the Yankee and the Brit, who are your heroes?
My mom.
We are bigger heroes than your mum, though, aren't we? Come on, say yes.
My mommy. Just because of the fact that if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am right now, because she literally gave up everything so I could follow my dreams and goals. So my mom my mom is my hero.
Cool. So do you remember the first song that you ever wrote?
Yes, actually, it was the song that my old co-writer that passed away. It was the first song that we actually wrote and finished. No. Actually, no, it's not. Sorry, I was 14, and I wrote a song about a friend in middle school that passed away. It was called "Why Did You Leave?" And I sent it to Nashville to get produced and get a demo made of it and everything. That was the first song that I wrote.
Wow.
So yeah, I was 14. Yeah, it was called "Why Did You Leave?" And then later on in life, that song took on different meaning. So it also when my nanny passed, it kind of took on a meaning for her too. So it's one of those songs that maybe I can dig up and eventually record in the future. I don't know. But yeah, that was the very first song I wrote. It was called "Why Did You Leave?" and I wrote it about a friend in middle school that passed away in a car accident.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Summer.
So what
Yeah.
song would you say describes the Yankee and the Brit show?
Really? Oh my gosh, you're gonna put me on the spot here. Yeah, and my mind is like completely blank. Oh gosh, I have no idea. Because y'all are a little bit of crazy, a little bit of cool. I have no idea. that is actually a really good question.
I'm a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll.
I'd say we're like a peanut M&M. We're a little bit nutty, a little bit savory, and a little bit sweet.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. All my Roddy friends are coming over tonight.
All right, that'll work. All right, I got 10 questions for you.
10 questions.
Are they multiple choice?
They're whatever you answer with.
Okay.
Number 1, what's your favorite word?
My favorite word?
Yes.
Awesome sauce.
That's 2 words.
No, it's not. It's written as
No,
one.
it's not. It's witness one.
Oh my gosh.
What's
Terrible word.
What's your least favorite word?
Least favorite word. Can't.
Pants?
Can't.
Oh, can't. Okay.
I can't do something. I can't this. I can't that. Can't. I find myself saying it a lot, but it's my least favorite word.
What turns you on?
Just on that radio, anything goes. In what sense?
Whatever one
Oh wait,
you want.
are these questions from the people that are in the chat room?
No.
Okay. Romance is a big turn on.
See, people fail to realize these questions are written so they're an open-ended answer. You can answer with anything you want. You know,
Right. Romance.
It could be that hot rods turn you on, or fishermen, or catfish. I mean, it could be anything.
There's a ton of stuff that that turn me on, but my number one would have to be romance and my husband.
What turns you off?
Negative people.
What sound do you love?
A sound that I love?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. The sound of I don't care if it's in a song or just the sound of an acoustic guitar. I love that sound. It is like a magical sound.
What sound do you hate?
You know the sounds that they have in alarms that are the meh, 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 meh. Mm-mm. Can't stand it. Mm-mm. Not my thing. Not my thing.
What's your favorite drink?
I'm going to keep this one PG. Powerade Zero.
See, another open-ended question. It could be water as far as that goes.
Well, water, Powerade Zero. I don't really like to drink soda, but when I do, it's Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper.
Ugh. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
I would actually stick to what I was actually doing before I got told I couldn't work any longer. I was a retail manager, and I would work in customer service again any day. I would run another store any day. I know a lot of people say actor or, this and that. No, I would go back to what I used to do. And if I wasn't able to do music, I would still be in retail. I would be in customer service.
What profession would you not like to do?
What my mama did before she retired, a nurse, and what my nanny did, because I can't stand the sight of blood.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I can stand the sight of it. I just don't like the fact of having to handle it and all that stuff. That kind of creeps me out a little bit. So, yeah, I can't. No, not me.
All right.
Can't do it.
Now, here's an outside question. Benny Pitzinger wants to know, what's your favorite Benny Pitzinger song?
Oh, gosh. Put me on the spot, why don't you? Can I get back to him on that one?
Get back to Benny on it.
I love you, Benny. I've listened to a couple of them. To be honest, I don't remember the names of them right now, to be honest. That's totally honesty. I've listened to a bunch of them. I just don't remember the names of them right now, and I'm really sorry. They put me on the spot.
Default answer would be, I love them all, Benny.
I just can't think because they're all so amazing.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
You heard Benny. She said she loves them all.
An amazing. He's an amazing artist, and he's become a really good friend, and I appreciate him being a supporter of mine as well. So yeah, he's got some amazing music out there.
One more question from my list.
Okay.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you get to those big pearly gates in the sky?
It's kind of a personal question.
You don't have to answer.
No. It's a personal question on a good level. But I'm not going to get into it here because we're live and everybody can hear this. Welcome home.
Okay, that's perfectly acceptable in my book.
Welcome home. Welcome home. All your relatives are here to see you. So I'm hoping my nanny is at that gate waiting too.
I hear you there. So is your music out where anybody can purchase it?
No, not yet. We're going in and doing original on the 25th, and I hope to figure out how to do all that when those are available.
Who are you going to use for a band? A studio band or studio musicians?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
right now,
cool.
yeah.
How did you when you recorded? Tin
Man?
No, not that one. Walking After Midnight. Who were the musicians on that? Or was that karaoke?
I recorded it actually in Nashville.
This sounds awesome. That's why I wondered.
Yeah, thank you.
They did a good job.
I recorded it in Nashville when my husband and I went for our honeymoon 2 years ago.
And Crazy?
I recorded, that one is one I just recorded here in town. And I am going to be completely honest. I actually used a backing track for that one.
Oh, I think it's great. So it still sounds good. I'm just,
Yeah.
We
we
have
actually
to answer any of these questions if you don't want to.
Hey, I am an open book. I want my people that listen to me and love my music. I want them to know that I'm a real person, and that I will answer pretty much anything I possibly can without embarrassing myself. But I want people to know that I am a real person, and I can't always afford studio musicians, so sometimes I use backing tracks because it's cheaper. But yeah, Crazy and Tin Man were both backing tracks, so they were made with a really amazing producer. So
we know how that works. We cheated on Love Shack, so no big deal there.
Which is amazing, by the way. I can see why Niecy requests it all the time.
According to Niecy, it is, anyways.
Well, now there's 2 votes on that, so there you go.
Thank you.
So is there anything that you would like to add before we flush you down the Yankee and the Brit Show toilet? You never know where you may end up.
Don't flush me!
Everybody gets
Wait,
flushed.
As long as I don't stop it up on the way down, we're good.
Well, we've already got a bit of a full toilet over here. The dog's just had to go in there too.
Oh no.
Seeing the size of that dog.
I just want to, and this goes out to you guys too, but to whoever is in the chat room and listening, I can't see it because I'm on my phone, and my husband is actually listening to everything on the laptop, so I didn't want to be in there because of the echo and everything.
Hello, husband.
I just want to say, whoever is listening, and like I said, this goes out to you guys too. 3 weeks ago, if you would have told me that any of this was going to happen, I would have called you crazy. And
you can call us that.
We're not far off.
The day that I got accepted or got added to ATOTA, I was in a really bad car accident. And probably shouldn't be here right now. But I just have to say that I'm so thankful to be where I am right now. And I am so thankful to you guys and all the other DJs on all the other stations that play my songs, regardless of them being covers or not, and all the people that are listening that have accepted me and love my music as well. Y'all have no idea what that means to me, and I just want to send a huge virtual hug out and say thank you so much because I had never thought that any of this would be possible. And this is truly a childhood dream come true.
Anything's possible.
So thank you.
Anything's possible, and you're more than welcome. That's why we're glad to have you here.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You have no idea.
You're such a nice lady.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Mighty fine, ma'am. Mighty fine. Glad I could be of assistance. Y'all come down to the plantation sometime, and we'll fix you up with a nice big old fat dish of gumbo and some catfish. Come on home.
Y'all come to my neck of the woods, and I'll fix you up with some gumbo.
There's that accent. I knew you had one somewhere.
Me and my husband make a mean pot of old gumbo.
I bet y'all do. All right, my dear. Thank you
Mighty
very
fine.
much.
Mighty
Flush
fine.
her down that toilet.
Thank you very much for spending some time with us. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you very much for spending some time with us. Come on back anytime you want.
Thank you guys so much. This is so much fun. I was looking forward to this so much, and I was so excited. Thank you so much for supporting my music and supporting me and being friends. You guys are amazing, and hopefully I get to see your faces in person one day.
We ain't all that far away.
Hey.
200 miles.
Hey, go back to telling me how amazing I am. I was letting the dog out. I'm joking.
You're amazing, and I love you, and thank you so much, and I hope to get to see your wonderful face someday. You're only 3 hours away from me, so maybe, or maybe next year at the Josie's. I mean, who knows? You never know.
When you do your first show up here in North Texas, we'll be there.
Well, I will. Y'all will have VIP tickets.
Donna said she's going to get up and sing backup for you.
Oh, did I now?
Hey, bring it on. Bring it. Hey, I will. Y'all can do Love Shack when I take an intermission.
Oh, God, no.
You meet me in person. I am as quiet as a church mouse. I don't say boo.
So am I, to be totally honest. I'm actually really shy. So it's been getting to it. I'm serious. My husband and I, Phil and I, used to we used to go to Marshall, is 30 minutes away. So we used to go over there all the time for our for dinner and the movie. And I literally didn't say 2 words the entire trip.
Marshall. Is Marshall over on Route 59?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to go through there quite a bit. I run up and down 59 going to Houston a lot, down to Baytown.
Yep. That's exactly where it is. Well, y'all, thank you so much. This was so much fun, and you have no idea how much I appreciate it. I hope I didn't piss too many people off with
Not
what I
at
had to say about
all.
movies and whatnot.
Get out of here. You're
No,
fine.
But
it's true. And another one that should never be repeated is the Incredible Hulk. I just loved the Incredible Hulk when I was a kid, and now I just see.
I know.
It's just.
I
just
know,
not the
right?
same. It's all the same storylines
right?
with Spider-Man and not He-Man. Who is it that's in your Marvel films? It's all the same stuff. I just don't
Spider-Man,
enjoy 'em.
Captain
Yeah.
America. There's Spider-Man, Captain America, Wolverine. all those, yeah. And another musician that should never be touched, Journey. I'm sorry, I don't care how good you think you are, you cannot sing Steve Perry.
No, absolutely not.
So, yeah, that's one thing that's another thing that should never be touched. You cannot sing Steve Perry. I don't care how great you think you are, you cannot sing Steve Perry. So, yeah, that's another one of my pet peeves is people who try to do Journey, because Journey's awesome. So, anyway.
All right, love. Well, you're down the toilet, and we're going to play your 3 songs over here.
And then we have a tune.
Awesome.
And then we have a tune for Nancy in the chat room. She requested Larry for "The Love of Country Music," written by herself and Niecy.
Yay! All right, awesome. Thank y'all so much for the support. And as soon as I get those originals, I will hopefully be back on soon.
Cool. Awesome. And thanks for tuning in.
Thank y'all again. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, guys.
Good night, love.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Maybe you're listening and not chatting.
Maybe you're plucking your eyebrows.
Maybe you're washing the dishes.
Maybe you're cleaning the toilet. But either way, it all goes down much better when you're jamming to the Yankee and the Brit on the RTM Radio Network.